Whether you like it or not, AI is going to replace a lot of entrepreneurs in 2026. And I'm not just saying that to scare you. I'm saying it because most people don't even know what makes them different anymore. They don't know how to compete with the machine that, quite honestly, keeps getting better every day, learning from everybody in the entire world, almost like the Terminator, right? But there's one thing that AI will never be able to do. And if you master it, you'll never have to worry about being replaced ever. And no, it's not learning more skills, working harder, or even spending more money on ads. So we'll get to what that is. But first, I want to say thank you for joining Mind the Business podcast, where we're going to just talk all things business. And, we're going to actually highlight certain things to where we could push past limitations, build a better business, and just align with your God given identity. First, I want to tell you the moment that I actually realized that this was actually coming. When I first started using AI to script like my videos, and it felt like a game changer for me because that means I could actually create videos and things faster, get cleaner hooks, and it even felt like I was ahead of the curve, to be honest. But for a while, I started to notice something real familiar, right? Like I would scroll through social media and I would notice that everybody started to sound the same. Like you get what I'm saying? Like you just start going through Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and you start hearing the same phrases, the same tone, even some of the same sentence structures, right? And if you use ChatGPT enough, you know that this actually leaves footprints in the way that it actually writes. So you can understand certain nuances that ChatGPT actually gives when you actually ask for a script, right? And then that's when it hit me. After using ChatGPT for a while, I noticed that we were all using the same invisible teleprompter or ghostwriter, right? And I thought about it, man. I was like, the more people start using ChatGPT, the more everybody starts sounding the same. And when you lose your authenticity and sound like everybody else, you start blending in the crowd. Truth be told, if you stay in the crowd long enough, you're gonna go from unforgettable to forgettable real fast. Like simple as that. Because if you look like everybody else, you sound like everybody else, you're gonna be just like everybody else. Where people can't notice a difference between you and your competitors. So I believe that, this is bigger than AI is trending, right? We're heading into an actual AI saturation type of era, right? Because everybody's using AI to script their hooks, their captions, their ideas, but the result of all of that is going to be quick, cheap, and forgettable content. Because if everybody's doing the same thing and trying to do a copy paste type of thing without adding that flair of them inside of their content, it's going to be real forgettable real fast. So without your own voice inside of that content or in your business, there's no context. And without context, there's no connection. Because here's the thing, perceived sameness kills loyalty. And if you start sounding like somebody else, people are just gonna go and watch them. Because what's the difference between you and them, right? It's that one thing. Like the playing field will actually be flooded with a whole bunch of sameness, right? People will scroll right past your content because they just like, man, it just sounds like everybody else. What's the difference? Because that means there isn't any personality in that video. And no personality means nothing for people to remember. And AI blends everyone's style until it's actually bland. I call that the AI blender, where you take everybody's content, everybody's style, and you put it all into one thing and just blend it up. And that's where everything is going to be bland. So, that's the blender effect, right? And so there's also a silent danger that most people don't even realize, right? Everybody is looking to have polished content and they want everything to sound perfect. They want everything to be scripted by AI so they won't mess up. They won't add their flavor in there. They won't, it don't sound like a human. And so when you have so much polished content, and I'm not saying that polished content is a bad thing when done right, but when you have so much polished content from AI, there's no spark in your content. Like, yeah, your metrics might rise. You might get more subscribers, more followers, more views. But here's the thing. that's not the key to videos or even a business. You are looking for loyalty. And when your metrics rise, your loyalty is either going to stay flat or it's going to drop. Because authority without intimacy and without emotional buy-in, to be honest, people don't buy. As an entrepreneur, that's the key reason why we create content, is to show us as the authority and actually become intimate with our clients so that way they can feel so emotional to where they say, okay, I feel like I really need this because you put it in a way where I can actually understand and really feel like I need to buy this. Because people only buy because they feel like it, right? So what should AI actually be used for you? Right? What should AI be used for? Like, type in the comments what you believe that AI should be used for in today's time. Because I believe that AI should be used as a tool and not your replacement. When you treat it as your replacement, guess what? It's going to replace you because you've gotten so used to just popping out just copy and paste type of things to where it could easily replace you. Like, I use ChatGPT and AI to actually be my idea generator or my brainstormer, right? It partners with me to help get my ideas together. So it doesn't replace my personality whatsoever, right? I let AI season the dish, but I am the dish. So I use AI for inspiration, not imitation, right? And so also use AI as like a speed booster, not a voice substitute. Like, I use it to automate tasks and not my personality. Like, I use it to help me get more speed without me feeling burnt out because I spent thousands of hours trying to figure this thing out. I use it for speed, a research assistant and not a creative soul, because AI can't be creative. It can give you data, but it can only give you like a meaning, right? It's only gonna copy what somebody else said and give it to you just like that. So AI is almost like a GPS. It can give you directions, but you still have to drive the car. And if you can't drive, the best GPS in the world won't save you. So the cost of actually getting all this wrong is you lose relational equity with people because trust takes time to build, but it can be easily lost in seconds. Think about it like a friendship. You spend years building a friendship with somebody and you trust them only for them to do you wrong one time and all that trust went out the window. That's the same thing that happens with your relational equity with your audience. Like, your content starts feeling like a transaction rather than an actual relationship. So it also positions you to be a commodity instead of a resource that people actually need, right? And the commodity is the cheapest or the loudest. And it says the cheapest or the loudest actually wins. Think about Walmart. They used to do price match, right? People be on advertisements saying, you need to come buy my stuff. But in this case, when you become a commodity, you become forgettable. Even the offline test, if your in-person energy doesn't match your online persona, meaning who you are online doesn't match when people actually see you out in public, people gonna feel catfished because they're like, bro, you sound so smart on your videos. You sound like this, but when I see you in person, you got a whole different energy. You not like that for real. So the person that you are offline should never shock your online audience because we live in the age where people will know if you being real or not. So what's the one thing that AI can't replace? That one thing that we spoke of earlier that keeps you from being replaceable. It's your authentic personal brand. Building a personal brand rooted in who you are and your identity. And if you need help with your identity as an entrepreneur, there's a link down below or comment Launchpad, and I'll send you a free resource on how you can actually be irreplaceable. But your identity is the greatest thing that you can have. Nobody can copy you. They can't copy your path. They can't copy your experience. They can't copy your quirks, your personality, who you are, the things that make you you. They can't copy that. AI can't copy that. No matter how hard they try, it can't copy you, bro. So what's weird about you is the very thing that makes you memorable. And people always going to remember the one thing about you that they saw in a piece of content. Whether you made them laugh or you gave them so much value to where, hey, I can't forget you, bro. You helped me out so much. Your identity is the thing that scales trust. People follow you, not just your tips. Humans crave humans. Personality beats perfection. I had to learn that the hard way because I was a downright perfectionist. I wanted everything to be perfect. My videos, my photos, my business, I wanted everything to be perfect. But here's the thing that I had to learn. People were coming to my business because of who I was, not because everything was perfect. Yes, I had to execute with excellence, but my personality is the thing that kept them coming back. So your trust can't be automated. AI can't do that for you. So your story builds your authority. That's what helps you become irreplaceable. AI can copy your words, but it can't copy your walk. Right? God didn't make you a copy. He made you one on one. Even twins are different. They may look alike, but they're still different. He made you as an original, and that's your edge. That's how AI can never replace you. Because building that authentic brand is only the first step. And once you actually got that locked in, the next question is how do you get people to find you, trust you, and buy from you in a market that's saturated with so much sameness? And so, if you found any of the stuff helpful, check out this video right here so that way you can continue this journey on how you can actually overcome and build a better business. I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe,